calling you in connection with the statement that has been issued by EFZ. The copy of the statement we have doesn't have the signature of the board chairperson and the vice board chairperson. Are you able to explain to me why?
Let not explain to me. Let not explain why. But the way it is that's the status quo now. That's the status quo that is available now. That the board chaired the meeting, the chair first chaired the meeting, and the vice chair chaired the meeting later. And so they have their own reasons why. So I don't want to discuss the reasons now. But that is the outcome of the meeting, showing the correct reflection of what transpired in the emergency board meeting.
Were they available?
Yes, this I'm saying, that the board chaired the meeting.
Okay. So they were available, but they chose for their own reasons not to append their signatures.
Yes. Both the chair and the vice chair. They both chaired the meeting, one after the other.
What does this mean for the Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia?
Well, it can mean including nothing. In a nation where you have people that once you have made up a decision, you go by the collective responsibility. So the board met, duly constituted, and that was the outcome of the board meeting. So if people have refused to sign, normally at this stage I wouldn't want to comment, because it might require that maybe we find another route to share, maybe with a general assembly or something.
You, as Rev Pukuta, you are quite close to the incumbent president, His Excellency Mr. Edgar Lungu, and we have never pretty much had a lot of criticism coming from you as an individual and also as executive director of the EFZ. And that is the reason why some people might be thinking that Rev Pukuta has a soft spot for the incumbent, and as such he has taken offense with another gathering that actually issued that criticism. How would you respond to that?
It is wrong, because all along, both during the time of, in fact, all the regimes that I've worked with, President Rupia Banda, between it is part of 2011, because I came in 2009. So part of President Rupia Banda's regime, or time of presidency, and during President Sata's regime, and now President Lungu's regime, my approach has always been the same. Let them clarify if I've insulted anybody. If you realize the difference between the messages they are giving or statements they are making, they're very inflammatory, they're very emotionally charged, they are insulting, they're derogatory. I've never insulted any leader of the opposition, because I take them as national leaders in their own right. And I believe, even when I've been insulted by those in power in the past, I've not retaliated in a manner that is hurting, that is insulting, that is in a derogatory way, or with anger, or with any excessive emotions. They have created an inferno out of a spark and made a critical situation worse.
Reverend,
I bring this to their own selves to make a decision. But they should never bring in people into their problems for their own failure to mobilize and to do things straight. I am more suspicious why they left me out. I am EFZ persona, being the executive director of the Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia.
Reverend Mwanza, the two bishops that you are referring to in the Catholic Church are named Bishop Alik Banda, and another one is Bishop Benjamin Piri. And you are Reverend Pukuta Mwanza. And the people already are saying that the president is Lungu, that you people who have rushed to issue these statements are taking a tribal path. How are you supposed to unite a nation when the others are not speaking and the people from the same tribe are speaking in favor of a fellow tribesman?
But you must understand that the statement which has been signed has not been signed in my capacity as a Ngoni. It's in my capacity as head of the Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia, and check the board members who are there. And this is why I'm saying that which other head of state have I insulted, because they are not my tribesmen.
You are not being accused of...
This you must understand. I do not think that anybody has the right to insult anybody. What I'm arguing is that the procedure for holding that meeting on Friday, in as far as the EFZ was concerned, was not properly done. We have been part of the three church mother bodies working together. I'll tell you an example of the CCMG, the Christian Churches Monitoring Group. We are part of that. We have worked together, and there's been no problem whether the candidate is this way or that way. So my view is that it is wrong to characterize me on the basis of whether the president comes from this tribe or that tribe. I don't want to go into detail, but we have worked with the leaders of various political parties.
Reverend
and look at last year when we were working with President Mumba for MMD. Does he come from Chipata when we were working with the issues in MMD? Does President Mumba come from Petauke or even Chipata? So where do people think that we were working out certain things because of a favor for this or favor for that one? It is unacceptable. Zambia is one. And there's no way that we can divide this country based on partisan lines. We are interested to ensure that Zambia can forge ahead as a united nation, as a united people. And we think that there must be a better way of dealing with national issues rather than being confrontational or providing characterization of this or that one. I think that we are committed as EFZ to ensure that we can contribute to peace building in this country without being overly confrontational or being personal. It's got nothing to do with tribe here. I think we should look at Zambia as a whole, and no one must divide us.
I wanted to ask you, Reverend, if you've made an effort. I wanted to find out if you've made an effort after this has transpired now. Have you made an effort to reach out to not only the ZCCB or the Council of Churches in Zambia, but also to Archbishop Teres Pompundu to ask him what transpired? Have you made an effort to ask them why they left you out?
Well, that is a matter the board of EFZ may decide. But I want you to know that we are only reacting on a matter that is a serious procedural anomaly.
Yes, I understand.
Because
but because
no
procedure has been
anybody
breached,
can claim EFZ was present in a meeting when I am EFZ persona.
That's exactly.
I run the secretariat. EFZ does not live in the street. So there is a way by which EFZ should have been contacted normally and made a participation. I want you to know that statement was generated from the Catholic Church, hosted at the Catholic Church, and chaired by Catholic Bishop. So where are the three church mother bodies present in that joint statement?
I understand the wrong. Now I'm asking, have you as EFZ made an effort to reach out to ask them why this wrong was committed?
It is not up to me to decide to go back and find out why they did wrong. It is up to me to mobilize my constituency and do what is right. EFZ can issue its own pastoral letter or press statement on the state of the nation outside of the influence of another church mother body. We don't draw legitimacy by being together. We are drawing legitimacy by being truthful and factual and spiritual and prayerful with the matters that we are dealing with. That is our legitimacy.
But
and it doesn't mean that by working together we are more legitimate about issues. First of all, we must be convinced individually before we can agree together collectively.
But I thought that the Bible teaches us that when you see a brother going astray, you are supposed to approach them and counsel them. And we thought that EFZ and you as Reverend Pukuta Mwanza would have made an effort to say, we are very shocked with this statement, even before you issue this statement, so that you include in this statement to say, we've reached out to the two other church mother bodies, and this is the position they have given us. And for this reason, that is why we are distancing ourselves from it.
Yeah, this is why. They have the reason why they left EFZ out. And therefore, I think that when you're dealing with that Bible reference you're talking about, we're not in a conflict. It's not like we are fighting. It's just a procedure. We are just disowning or delinking ourselves from a statement because it is including us into a statement that we are not fully agreeable to. Now, that is totally incorrect and very deceitful, if I will.
I'm afraid that I do not see EFZ in this statement stating what the political state of affairs in Zambia is. Because if you feel that indeed there is breakdown of law and order in the country, then you are only distancing yourselves from this statement and not giving what your views are.
Thank you. It is not the purpose of this statement to give our pastoral position on the state of the nation. This statement is purely a response to the June 16 joint press statement. After this, should EFZ convene, it can issue its own independent evangelical perspective to the state of the nation. So this statement does not go even into detail to explain, to digest the statement of June 16. It only emphasizes lack of procedural requirements that were deliberately overlooked. And therefore, the rest, in terms of the nitty-gritty, was not discussed. It was not the intention, because if the process is wrong, it doesn't matter the final product.
Yeah.
So for us, the end does not justify the means.
When he returned, we asked the president what he thought about the statement issued by the 3 church mother bodies, and his reaction was that there's no crisis in the country, and if there is any crisis, it exists in their head, and that he said, yeah, I have no time to waste. If they have nothing to do, let them find something better to do, but I have no time to waste, including that same Indaba they are talking about. I don't have time for it. Let them bring the issues. What is your counsel to the head of state in the packaging of that message to members of the clergy who are your fellow priests?
Yeah, first of all, if you yourself notice what has happened between Friday last week and now, I think that the church mother bodies have created a worse situation than before. They have created a crisis. And for me, this crisis now is not in the nation. The crisis is in the church.
No, I understand that, but I'm trying to find out how...
the crisis is now in the church. That's why the problem is, it's not even among politicians. We have made an inferno out of a spark.
I understand that. I'm trying to find out if how do you feel that the president's wedding is justified by the fact that the statement from the on Friday was strong?
I've said